So first and
I did
foremost,
small.
I have to say welcome to the Star Trek world. We saw that video. You guys all got the call, and it was so cool too. So
Magical day.
I mean, I'm gonna start over there and ask Robert. Do you remember when you first got entry into the Star Trek universe? What was that called?
I got a phone call from my voiceover agent because I was doing Star Trek Prodigy at that time, and they said they're interested in you for a new Star Trek series. I said they're going to make another animated series with my character, and they said, well, I guess so. And then they called back and said, no, it's live action. And I went, really?
And you
So yes, I was told that they wanted to bring the Doctor back in the 32nd century. The great thing about playing a hologram is you are, of course, immortal. And of course, you look exactly the same as you always.
Yes.
That's a tribute to the fans' imagination. I look exactly the way I looked on Voyager 30 years ago. So Noga and Alex told me about their idea for the arc of the character and why he would naturally be teaching at Starfleet Academy in the 32nd century, and it was very exciting. It was the moment I heard about it. Then, of course, we had an actor's strike, and the world stopped for a year and a half. So I had a year and a half to think about what it was like to be 800 years old.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you knew for that. You knew for that on.
I knew for a long time.
Wow.
I kept it a big darn secret. You guys were just not even a gleam in their eyes.
Yeah, no.
Yet. They had even.
You hadn't even been born.
You had yet.
Our parents were
yet
together.
to be thought of. So I also had a year and a half to imagine what you would all be like, and I must tell you, having met you all, I could never imagine.
Were you disappointed or?
My imagination wasn't good enough to realize how cool you were going to be. Yeah.
So nice.
Good answer.
So
What do you want, Bob? What's going on?
we get a chance to see the trailer here too, but we don't get a chance to get too much information. I know you can't say too much, but can you introduce us to your characters at all a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah, go for this.
I can go first.
Okay.
He is a.
His name. His name.
I can say his name.
Yeah. I mean,
You can say.
I can say his name.
they released a little sheets of paper.
Oh, amazing.
with the
Okay, yeah. So
characters.
Darum, he has been brought up with a lot of pressure and expectation on his shoulders. So when he goes to the academy, it's almost like an instrument for him to prove this brilliance that he's been burdened with. And his relationships with other cadets are just like a stepping stone to get what he wants. So he sees it as like an instrument, which is a really exciting thing to play when you get to just take the mick of people and be really sarcastic and like aggressive. He's really dominant and he wants to take the room, and that's something that doesn't really come naturally to me. So exciting character to play. Really exciting. Yeah.
With my character Sam, she's a very instinctual, reactive, but not in the negative sense. Like she just is like, if you pinched her, it would be like, whoa, like that's a new thing for her. And so I think for Sam, it is very interesting to play someone because you can't really come in with baggage as that type of character. Like there's no baggage for her, and so to try to like let that go, because the body keeps the score. There's a book about that. This is not an ad, but there's a book about that, and the body really does keep the score. So it's like she wouldn't. Her shoulders are intense. She didn't have back issues a year ago. Like she didn't fall off her bike at the age of 6, and now her knee's a little bit creaky. Like so, it's really interesting to try to let all that go out of the persona to get into the heart of what she really represents. And I think that is, it can be a little bit frustrating because you don't always know where she's coming from, and neither does she. But I think that's also the beauty of like just being alive. It's like you should be that kind of first thing. So honestly, like yeah, she was very fun, a challenge, but like I'm so grateful for everything that she's taught me about just like being in the moment.
Wow. Yeah.
Very cool.
Love that.
Thank you.
So if I can ask, what's your thoughts on, Starfleet? Whenever we add a new iteration, a new chapter, there's always a little tilt to it. So
Yeah.
by adding you to this tilt and kind of leaning towards that, what do you think that it means for people, for fans who are going to watch this?
Yeah, I mean, I think that what makes this show the same but very different from all the other Star Treks that have ever been made is that it's very funny, and it's very there are moments of great silliness because in order to tell like the story of what it is to grow up, what it is to be a cadet in Starfleet, you have to embrace that, like, no one knows what they're doing,
At all.
and it's messy, and no one knows, like, what their future really is going to be.
Yeah.
And people fall in love, and people fight, and people prank each other, and, you know, there's a level of silliness that is very unique to the show, but there's also this level of stakes and adventure. You know, I think the great challenge over all these decades of making a show set at Starfleet Academy was like, where's the danger? Because it's just like, you're just a bunch of kids in college, right? No. We found a way in this show. Incorrect. We found a way in this show to bring adventure to every episode in a way that I think is very organic to it, but also make it so that the stakes for these characters are so heightened and so personal, because when you're young and you haven't had a job yet, like, if something goes wrong in your life, like, it is a level of disaster that you just, it's happening for the first time. So the stakes are both galactic and, you know, deeply within the heart.
Galactic.
Right.
I feel like as well, if our show loves to prioritize the intimate and the personal. So when we're talking about scale and we see scale in our show, it really matters because we know the individuals that are involved in the scale. Yeah. It's really exciting.
That's awesome.
I'm taking the coloring way too serious.
I know. I'm kind of.
You want to finish?
That's what this
I
is
mean,
about.
really.
It's just for fun. This is supposed to be something.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a little disarming, relax shoot too. You know, Robert, if I can ask you, you know, what do you think of stepping onto this set first versus when you went to a show that was on the CW? You know, different world. You're creating these things too, but there's different budgetary and different technology now too. Do you remember the first day stepping on that set and the
You mean on the Voyager set?
Yeah, on the first day
that was
there.
the Paramount Network. It was a precursor.
Right.
Yeah,
Before
so
that,
it was-
but versus, you know, stepping on that set for the first day versus set on this day.
Well, I'm going to have to interrupt my coloring to answer you. You know that. Right? So,
And I apologize.
I might not finish.
He's a very focused man.
But I remember I was doing a play at the time, and the very first scene I shot on Voyager, the producers let me rap and go and be on stage, which I thought was really awesome. I was just closing a play in which I played a doctor with a terrible bedside manner. So the play turned out to be well timed. I honestly, I've said this before, I kind of faked my way through the Voyager pilot. I didn't understand the character. I didn't understand why he had such a negative, you know, he was a piece of technology, but I didn't understand the source of his attitude problem. Now, I knew what the joke was intellectually, that the producers wanted to have a piece of technology that seemed willful, that seemed to not cooperate with your expectation of it, because in the mid-90s, we all had a personal computer and none of us could use the damn thing. In other words, we were having software and hardware problems. So I think they were making an intellectual joke about a willful piece of technology, but I had to learn how to incorporate that and make that come from the inside in my performance. But my children were very young when they first saw me. They said the key to my success on Voyager was my natural resting bitch face.
Can you see it?
It's so natural.
Can we see it?
It's already up.
Oh,
Change the eyes.
Really, when I'm
That's
making
so
no
iconic,
expression,
though.
yeah.
when I'm
I
making
felt that.
no
I felt that.
expression, I look like I am disappointed in you.
Yes.
That I'm annoyed by you.
And are
I
you?
don't want anything
too
to do with
familiar.
you. No, I'm not.
There's a power there
Because
too.
my kids were used to me, you know, making happy faces and all that. You know, like I don't believe it. But at rest, I do have that. I have the doctor's, you know, sort of bitchy glare.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that saved the day. And by the second or third episode, I went, oh, now I'm inside. I get the joke.
Right.
I get the joke. He feels he's not being respected
Yeah.
for the brilliant thing that he is, and that pisses him off. But in the pilot, I just didn't know they just turned me on from the get-go. I had a problem with the world.
Can I ask a question? Mm-hmm. How did you like humanize that though? Like, how did you make that relatable?
Well, I purposely went to great efforts to not humanize it from the outside. I wanted him to have an affect and a manner that the way he stood, the way he talked, even the way he spoke was like he was listening to the sound of his own voice. You know what I mean? It was measured and unless I was annoyed. So I went with a lot of artifice because I learned from Brent Spiner. But Brent had to maintain his artifice throughout his performance, whereas I knew that I could slowly shed mine. But in order to, I had to start way over here so that it made sense when I slowly moved way over here. So it's just a good guess, I guess.
No, it's fantastic. And from some of the images we've seen, they were coloring too, it seems like he gets to expand his world a couple of ways over.
Oh, yeah. So I would say he's deeper. He is deeper than he was before. Still some of the same issues, certainly some of the same crankiness. And in particular, Kerrice's character makes him cranky because she's pushy. She pushes beyond what my job here is to teach
Right.
people, not to pal around with them.
Right. Well, that's where the face comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thank you very much. Unfortunately, we're short on time.
I'm not going to finish.
I know.
You did this to me.
You guys can come back and keep coming back. Could you want to
Paul
explain?
Giamatti, I am sorry.
Please explain yours again.
Our first season villain, we are so blessed to have Paul Giamatti.
Indeed we are.
Playing this wacky, crazy, scary, funny, terrifying guy. And I did not do him justice here, Paul. I'm sorry, but actually I did pretty well.
You kind of ate though.
Yeah.
You kind of ate.
Besties.
Oh, that's quite the face. So you gave the doctor his own.
I need to say nothing.
That's the guy that's right there.
You have nailed it.
Yeah.
You have totally nailed
And
it.
what does the space hippo signify there exactly?
Just like what he wants to be, like the joyful little happy hippo.
That's what he wants to be. Yeah.
That's what he's thinking in his head. Why can't I be that happy?
And this one is great because you always can find out who the outliners are.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
good. I'm good.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
This is a character name.
Genesis. Genesis.
Okay, can I say it? Okay. This is my a person named Genesis, and I drew her because she's a bit of a hothead sometimes, so I added red hair, and then sometimes she's also like icy cold, and you don't know her expression, so I try to add a little bit of blue, and then when you add red and blue together, it makes purple, and I was like that. She's kind of bringing all of her to the business that she's trying to be a part of, and then I put the monkey too because she needs to relax sometimes.
Yes.
Way to go.
Perfect.
Well, I thank you for coloring with us. Hope you had a little relaxing time before your busy day
Thank you
really
for
gets
having
to
us.
go. I hope you had fun, and we will chat again very soon. But until then, enjoy Comic-Con and enjoy the fans because you're now part of a much bigger world, and there's something beautiful about people who love you for things you create. And this is a place they'll just jump on board the ship. So
Thank you very much.
make sure to sign this book too.
It's good, put it.